Welcome back, trainers. We're back at GoGo's Curry. We're going to do another taste testing and review, but we do have a special guest today. Let's walk in and see what's going on. Alright, we just got in. Here is the sausage curry. They're super busy today. We have sleep chaos here. It's super loud in here. Alright, he said it smells so good in here. You don't know Hanazao curry is a different style. It's not like your typical like CoCo Ichibanya. Richer, darker flavor. Alright. Just got that meal. Oh, it smells so good. Look at that. It smells delicious. You have the sausage as the shrimp tempura. The chicken, I got the chicken katsu with the eggs. The cabbage, there is rice underneath. I did add some cheese on there. They got some special spice that he gave us yesterday. Tried it of the katsu. Great crispy taste. The tonkatsu sauce on top is delicious, slightly sweet. Alright, so it's much darker, but richer. Yeah, our special spice. Let's put some on there. Here's the perfectly cooked. Well, let's try the sausage next. Here's the sausage. About fingers length. Nice and crispy. By itself, it's amazing. Quite delicious. GoGo's curry is popular for their cabbage. So we have the hard-boiled egg. That's a spice to it. Alright, so we're about to finish up here. We're going to finish up our meal. We may have a special guest while we're here. Now it's starting to slow down. So let's finish this up. Alright, so you're sitting across Duke, the owner?
Yes.
Thanks for having me. That's my second time being here.
Yeah, thanks for coming visit again.
And I'm glad to come again and actually speak with you. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Thanks. And I had a great conversation with you yesterday, and I'm glad to come back. And I wish we had the GoGo Curry back home. I can go more often, but it's all right.
Yeah, well, we're thinking about doing more, so.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
So, is there any other franchises that you own besides GoGo Curry?
We do. We own one other franchise called Fantastic Sam's.
Okay, cool.
They do like haircuts and haircuts.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you choose GoGo Curry?
Well, originally, actually, when I was in Japan for the military, I actually learned about Japanese curry through CoCo Ichibanya.
Right.
However, they actually don't franchise out. They're out corporate owned. So I was looking for a way to bring Japanese curry to America. So GoGo Curry at the time was the only actually franchise in America that allowed us to do it. So I decided to reach out, and that's when I visited GoGo Curry and tried everything out. And you know what? It actually worked out because the biggest thing was the CEO at the time. Her name is Tomoko. She really connected us with the business. It was like a really a people business, and so that really helped us. And she kind of walked through everything. Then I learned more about the GoGo Curry process, and I ended up really falling in love with the business because of Tomoko. Not just the curry, because the curry, even though it's very different than Ichibanya, the business model itself is so people oriented that really got me into it.
That's awesome. I mean, that's great. Because I lived in Japan too, and same thing. I wanted to experience authentic curry. Right? CoCo Ichibanya was unavailable, basically only to people in Hawaii at the time.
Right.
And they weren't open to franchise, and then that was the same thing I was looking at. GoGo Curry. I'm like, wow, that's great, but I never heard of it. And I was all the research. They're awesome.
Yeah, GoGo Curry is such a small franchise compared to CoCo Ichibanya. I think it's like 1,000 locations versus 70 locations. But not only that, they're also like situated in a small part of Japan too, not everywhere. Even though like Tokyo's may have one or two, they're not prolific as like CoCo's.
Right. What makes your store unique from the other franchises?
Well, so this one right now is the only one in Texas, the only one in the South, but we also have a lot of things that the northeastern branches don't have. One is we also plan to introduce spice, which is not in the GoGo Curry chain at all. They used to have a hot sauce until the manufacturer actually closed because of COVID.
Wow.
So now we only have with this location, which will provide spice. The other thing is we're the only location that provides takeout only or takeout only containers.
Right.
And you saw the Japanese
Yeah,
branded
I love the
containers.
container.
Yeah, and the container itself, like actually we're the first ones to receive them, because we're the only one providing them. You don't provide anything in steel plates, and originally that was because of COVID. We decided that. Obviously afterwards, we didn't have the space for the dishwasher for the plateware, so we'll continue doing that. The funny thing is we're also the only one with a soda fountain,
Yeah, I think that's cool.
One is because of space, but also two, before COVID, Pepsi and Coca-Cola was really picky of who can have soda fountains.
Right.
And so the franchise is so small, they never got it. But for me, since I opened after COVID, they were more willing, so I actually have an account with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Could you give me a story and how it began? You kind of talked about it before. I mean, being in the military, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, so I was stationed in Japan for a short period of time, and I learned about Japanese curry then. You would always go on a flight, come back home, then stop by CoCo Ichibanya,
Right.
And then we would compete, like, how spicy can we eat or how much we can eat, so we'll do that. And it became more of like an experience for us.
Right.
And we carried that back for the military where we're like, hey, let's franchise a Japanese curry place. Let's just franchise CoCo. And then everyone looked and talked about it, but no one really got anywhere, right? So then I took the initiative to, as a serial entrepreneur, I got into contact with GoGo Curry and finally was able to process through their screening process and everything. Got the approval of GoGo Curry. Unfortunately, during that time, it was like the peak of COVID.
Yeah.
Construction, supply, manufacturing equipment, everything was delayed. Even inspections were delayed months at a time.
Wow.
Things that would normally take a week took 4 months for us. Supplies that we normally would get like within a month took us 6 to 12 months just to get.
6 to 12 months.
So everything got delayed, and we were delayed almost over 2 years just to open this location.
Over 2 years. Yeah, I was looking back on your the Facebook, how much you were, I guess building up, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool, yeah.
And you'll get those like on Facebook. You can see like we'll build up like 1 month. We'll like get so far, but then we'll have a 6-month goal.
Yeah.
And the things that we just couldn't help. A lot of it was workers that are just inadequate or weren't truthful to us, and so we actually had to fire quite a few people. And another one was supplies. We get supplies like periodically, but not enough to actually open. And so at a certain point where I was actually ready to open, and I actually sat there ready to open for almost 3 months.
Wow, 3 months. What's it like being a younger entrepreneur? Like,
The thing about it is, a lot of times people say like entrepreneurship comes from some form of hardship normally. I'm actually one of 8 children in my family.
Wow.
I'm somewhere in the middle. So it was already there, built in our blood to hustle a little bit when we were younger, Also, where I grew up, it was 10 people in a family with a single income. My dad was the only real source of income we had. So we were like doing whatever we could. I mean, I remember selling candy in schools, which, at that time as a kid, we didn't know we weren't supposed to do.
Right.
But we would trade cookies for food. We would trade, we do whatever we could. And that kind of built on and on. In high school, we started doing a lot of internships and a lot of like competitions that involve business, and I won a lot of them actually. Won enough of them that it got me interested into business. So in college and in the military, I started opening business left and right.
wow.
Not all of them made it, obviously, but it kept the fire going. And until now, I think I run 5 separate businesses. This being one. Yeah.
Well, what is your passion? I mean, you kind of explained it, I guess, already, but,
It's outside of entrepreneurship, my real passion, which is, have you ever heard of utilitarianism? Which is the concept of like more people happy as possible for most people,
Okay.
right? Through choices. Well, I kind of live in that kind of realm. I think everything I do, as long as I can get people to be happy, then that choice is more correct than the next. So then, I know it seems simple, but opening these businesses, a lot of times people are like, well, it must bring good income. But I actually don't think about it that way.
Right.
I have to think about the next step, which is I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm doing it now. I can hire staff, give them a good standard of living, give them benefits. And I think I talked to you about that already, but like some of the staff here, we give them benefits that most restaurants don't. We pay them a lot higher than most places do already. And so it kind of gives that like sense that I wish I had when I was younger. Someone to guide me, through like hardships, because some of these kids, they come in and they work like in the food year over there, it's their first job.
Oh wow.
You know, and she was like, wow, I can't believe I get paid this much. I was like, well, you don't. It's just this location. So we pay that much. We give you benefits. And it's because we want them to realize that there are good business people. There are good people out there. But if you take the right advice and do the right things, you know, you can also become that. And so I see it as like, instead of donating my money, I invest my money to create better people and better workforce.
That's great. Yeah. Very good look at it. My last question is, like, what is your origin story? You know, most everyone loves an origin story. Origin
Oh
story.
man, origin story. For myself or the business?
We'll just say for yourself.
Well, it's really complicating because one of the things is like right now I can speak to you pretty well.
Right.
A lot of people think it's normal, but in reality, most public speakers or people that can speak have a lot of training, and I'm one of those people. Actually, when I was younger, my teachers thought I was mute. You know,
Wow.
because I was so shy. And a lot of people don't know also I have a couple of vertebrae that are shaved down because I looked down so long in my life,
Wow.
like probably all the way through high school essentially, right? So first 16 to 18 years of my life, I looked down at the ground all the time. I was really shy. I didn't really speak a lot. I was actually known as the quiet person in my family and my friends and stuff. Right?
I was too growing up in high school.
Yeah, and so a lot of people don't realize, even though now as an entrepreneur and before officer in the military, I had to learn how to speak. You know, I had to learn how to present my business, how to raise funds, how to talk to my investors, right? In reality, no one's going to trust you if you can't even talk about your product.
Right.
And so one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is everything that I am today, you know, it was a forced learning event. From being shy to being able to speak in front of people and presenting, but also education-wise. Like, I remember from senior year of high school all the way until I graduated, I took every semester of school I could, and I took the maximum amount of hours I could. So anywhere from 14 to 18 hours per semester, 4 semesters a year, right? And a lot of people are like, why? It's like, well, I wanted to learn, right? So that kind of helped me with the sphere of entrepreneurship. I know so many fields that most people don't. From architectural design to car design to neuroscience, chemistry and biology. I even studied some CS stuff. We just did so much, and also business administration. So all that kind of helps, you know. Rather than just learning a single subject, I did so many different things. And then the other thing is also, I already told you, one of eight kids, right? Being the middle child. You know, you get a lot of burden from the top and bottom, but also the other thing is I get to view all the mistakes the first 3 made, and also get to lead the last 5 into what they do. So I actually, my 3 youngest siblings, I actually called them kids for the longest time because I felt like I raised them. Right? I supported their college. I was the one taking them to all their practices, band camp, school, everything. To the point where even today, even though they're in their 20s now, I still call them kids. Because I felt like I raised them, and I think that kind of helps bring me to where I am today, which is leading people, trying to grow people. And so, even though you know, saying there's like 16-year-olds, 20-year-olds in my workplace, I see them as kids, you know, trying to teach them how to become better and get to the point where they feel comfortable with themselves.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're actually short on time, and thanks for having me again. Thanks for chatting with me.
Oh, for sure, Francis. Man, it was great talking to you before and now. I hope can visit you and where you're from, and also if you can come back and see us again, it'd be great too. Thanks for coming again, man.
Thanks again. Appreciate it. All right, we're just finished up at GoGo's Curry. Thanks again for having me and having that awesome interview. It is super bright outside and the sun's on me. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, check out the other videos. And once again, appreciate it. Peace.